Alrighty team, in this video I'm going to be walking you through a process for setting up your very own life pillars, which is a really special module that I'm excited to present to you because it wasn't until I set up my own life pillars that I was able to start to create some structure around my life and start to gain the mental clarity required to pursue things with intensity. Because until this point in which I designed my life and started to map out mental models and mind maps and organize every aspect of my life into life pillars and these different sub pillars that I'm about to walk you through, I continued to always show up so unorganized in my life where I was always expending so much mental energy trying to figure out where things were meant to go, where things were stored online in the digital form, and also how to actually go about systematically and methodically improving my life. Because by compartmentalizing everything into core life pillars, I was able to zoom out and start to isolate and identify what was obvious for me that I needed to actually start to improve and focus more attention on. And then I could methodically go through and start to create like a hierarchical type system where I could start to optimize for what should I focus on first? What should I focus on second? What's the most important thing to focus on? In which, if it is not optimized, focusing on everything else ceases to even matter, because it's about laying a solid and wide foundation first in which I can build from and continue to optimize my life. So the model I'm about to show you through is something that I've refined and perfected for myself in my own life over many years, and I'm really excited to be able to give it to you as a foundational base in which you can work from and build your own templates around, duplicate my own template and apply it into your own life, and then start to customize your life as you see fit as you start to experiment and optimize the way that you create mental models around how you operate, the universe at large, and start to compartmentalize, the core pillars of your own life so you can maximize your performance in all areas in a systematic way moving forward. So the first thing that I want to show you when it comes to creating your life pillars is that at the very foundation, I live by my life by a very specific method. And that is in the following hierarchy. So the thing that I value the most and offer and grant the most importance or weight to when I'm doing anything is creating a philosophy around said thing or said topic. And that is really getting clear on, my mental models, my belief systems, my programs, and my worldview at large and how I perceive whatever it is that I'm currently working on. So I'm always optimizing for, first and foremost, what is my overriding operating system in how I view myself, the world, and the universe, and how everything is interconnected. Because then that's going to form the principles in which I live my life by, which are like the guidance system, my internal compass system that allows me to continue to advance forward with a very clear why, which is my purpose. And this then channels into my life compartments or areas, which I call pillars. And these are your major life categories. So this is the specific thing that we're going to be focused on today, are your core pillars. So these are the major, let me change the view here. These are the major life categories that provide the foundational structure for your life and business. Identifying the core pillars in your own life and business provide you with the clarity required to assess each area of your life in great detail, enabling you to identify which core pillars need our most immediate attention, allowing you to focus on the essentials and cutting out the non-essential, with also a methodical process of understanding what to focus on in what order. Segmenting your life into core pillars simplifies your life and enables you to create a specific process for systematically analyzing, improving, systemizing, and ultimately mastering each area of your life. Creating your life pillars ensures that each area of your life is always front of mind and is receiving your conscious attention. This is another critical point when it comes to mapping out your life pillars. When life is just one big jumble, it's very hard to remain organized in your own mind in how you're going about thinking about improving each core area. When everything just becomes one, which ultimately everything is one, everything is interconnected. But it's not until you start to look at the whole and extract it and isolate it in its own individual compartments and components that you're able to start to reintegrate it and make it a holistic, integrated system once again. Because when we start with the whole, we don't have much great understanding. It's very blurred and everything's kind of just one big mess. But once we start to isolate everything and start to organize things mentally and compartmentalize and start to understand how things interrelate and fit in with one another and how one thing affects the other in their individual parts, once we understand this in great detail and start to look at the micro, we can then start to remerge them and integrate them into one systematic way of life that enables us to master our performance across our mind, our body, our spirit, relationships, and our business. So here is now the model in which I want to walk you through. So you may or may not have already seen this from me. So what I'm about to walk you through is a simplified overview of this specific hierarchy. And then I'm going to walk you through your template, which you will be getting access to, which is this. I'm going to drop a link where you can duplicate this very mind map and make it your own. And then I'm going to walk you into all of the details in a hierarchical fashion, where we're going to walk through all of the sub-pillars that make up, number one, your purpose and life design. Then we're going to go through the pillar of performance and looking at your mind, body, spirit, and what makes up all of those sub-pillars. And then we're going to look at your profession, which is your business, and look at, what actually goes into your business, and looking at all the different sub-pillars across like leadership, product, sales, marketing, design, finance, content, client management. Then we're going to go into your personal life, and then I'm going to show you how I organize additional hobbies and things like that, and break them down into their individual parts so I can understand them in great detail. So first, before we go into that, which is going to become your system, which will then be summarized into a graph that looks somewhat like this, where you have, a clear mind map of your life operating system that will then be transpired into. You can see here how everything is color-coded, everything's numbered, and everything is very clear with where it fits. So when I come in to work every day and every morning, there's a very clear structure in how I can access and work on very specific information. This exact same numbering and color coding system translates over into my desktop on my laptop with my files. I'm working on another studio recording setup here, so I don't actually have access to my laptop for the recording, but this same system applies into my laptop, my desktop, in the way that I save all my files and organize them, and also into my Google Drive system. And additionally, the additional piece is my bookmark system. So everything is always numbered and color-coded, so I have absolute clarity on where everything is at the right time whenever I need it, on command. Okay, so coming in here, the way I personally structure my life is through the three major master pillars of, number one being my purpose, number two, performance, and three, production. So my purpose, this core theme is all about my life design, my alignment to my deeper life's calling. This entails, things like my philosophy, the way I view myself and the world, understanding who I am as a human being, and then also how I'm designing my life and systemizing my life to optimize the operating system in which I'm running my life by. Then this channel, so this is the foundational base that I build my life upon. This is also the core pillar that you are working on and mastering in this 30-day reset protocol. Then number two is performance. So performance is all about mind, body, spirit, and relationship optimization, and also time. This is about enhancing your energy and consciousness that you can then channel into your production. So you'll notice purpose is about alignment and clarity and systemization. Number two is performance, extracting and amplifying as much performance that you can out of the system. And we do that by amplifying energy, mental bandwidth, optimizing workflows and productivity, and also developing on the spiritual front with our consciousness, so we can then channel all of that energy and creative power into our unique creation, which is the production pillar. This is could be your business, your work, your craft, your career, anything that you want to become obsessed about and master within this lifetime. So here, what this looks like as a quick analogy, it's like, let's go over here actually. Let's go right here. So your purpose, the purpose pillar is all about the steering wheel in life. This is your navigation system, making sure you're in alignment. It's your life's compass. It's the mechanism of achieving clarity of direction and your ability to design your life. Now, your ability to design your life comes down to understanding how everything works, understanding the core compartments and pillars of your life, understanding and integrating strategic systems to optimize the functioning of yourself in everyday reality here on Earth, because it is complex. but this is about being able to simplify it and create a way of life that works for you. The next piece is your performance, which, if the steering wheel is your navigation system and your purpose in life, I like to view performance as the race car driver in the seat. This is you as an operator, because you can have a great steering wheel, but if you have an operator that is not efficient in operating that steering wheel, you're not really going to be achieving what you want. You're not going to be able to advance your purpose at all. So this is about mastering you within, mastering your mind, which is your ability to focus and make decisions and problem solve, mastering your body, which is about amplifying energy and holding high levels of energy so you can channel that into creation. Because if you don't have energy, understand this, when you're trying to work and trying to focus on something, if you don't have energy to do it, how far are you getting in your ability to pursue that unique creation or move any type of project forward? You probably don't have the zest for life or the ability to do shit. So this is why this is such an important pillar. Number 3 is your spiritual development. This is about mastering your consciousness on a spiritual level, connecting with your soul, your higher self, understanding how you're connected within this universe at large. Then number 2.4 is your relationships. This is about how you interrelate and connect with other people. And then 2.5 is time. This is about your ability to master time in the present moment, your ability to be productive, your ability to tap into flow states and create on command at will and move things forward efficiently, which is all then channeled into your production, which is, in this analogy, the car. This is your unique creation. And this gets distilled down, whether you're in work, whether you're working for someone else, whether you're an entrepreneur, a creator, sales rep, it doesn't matter what you do. These other sub-pillars all ultimately come down and fit into everything. Because at the end of the day, you absolutely have to master the art of leadership. You have to be able to lead yourself and lead other people. Because if you cannot lead any other people, even if you're an employee, then you're going to remain an employee in your current position forevermore. So you have to rise in your leadership ability to advance, to channel people's attention, focus, and energy into a common goal, a common pursuit, whether it is you are the entrepreneur or not. Product. No matter who you are, you have to master product. You have to understand product. You have to understand what determines the creation of a valuable product. You have to understand how to create mechanisms that cultivate change in society, that provide value to other human beings. And by doing so, you need to also understand and master human psychology and the art of persuasion and sales to gain attention and to persuade people to make decisions and move and channel their energy in the direction of the common good for all and also themselves. Marketing. You need to learn how to get attention. You need to learn how to captivate and hold attention, hold people's energy, be interesting, be enthusiastic in the way that you're able to present and market your ideas. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm marketing my ideas to you in an interesting way with diagrams, visuals. The way I'm speaking to you is selling you on implementing life pillars into your own life. So it's all interconnected no matter what you're doing. And you're currently going through a course material. You're in a product, but while you're in the product, I'm selling you on my ideas. I'm marketing it to you in a way that is uniquely designed, that's interesting, that's captivating, that makes you feel compelled to want to do it. Because when you feel compelled to implement this stuff, you will achieve results in your life, which determines the value of my product, which then also determines the value of your ability to go forward and lead yourself into greater levels of transformation and change in your own life. So it's all connected, it's all related, it all is the one thing. It is all expanding in human consciousness. But I like to create sub-pillars so we can understand the mechanisms and the mechanics of how to actually accomplish this in all areas of our life, to become integrated, to integrate the spiritual realms with the physical, to make higher conscious concepts practical in everyday life. And then you've got economics, the fuel. So economics is money. Our current realm operates on the mechanism of money, so we have to learn how to use it, how to get it, how to invest it, how to grow it, and then how to deploy it to actually become a utility in our life. Then we've got our coaching skill set, which is our racecraft. We have to learn how to race in this game of life. We have to learn how to coach ourselves and other people towards greater and better outcomes for the entire collective at large, both individually and collectively. So this is the model in which I operate my life by. And these are the subcomponents in which I break my entire life down into. So here's another snapshot summary of what this looks like and the analogy for how I design and organize my life, which is then translated into this summarized graphic here. Now, this is a template for you. You can modify this, but I'd suggest you going through the entire life design course before making major modifications into your own life, because I've spent deep time, deep thought figuring this entire model out for what it is required to optimize human performance in every facet of life. But if you feel compelled to shift it and change it to make it more applicable to you, go for it. Be my guest. For example, the one that you'll probably change immediately is like racing, number 5. The first 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, these are applicable to everybody. The 5th one is just my personal hobby that I like to break down. So if you have a hobby or anything like that that you want to implement in here, that's the one that you'll break it down into. This is the one that's open for immediate change, but everything else is a solid and sound operating system for you that you can take and start to implement right away. So when we look at the deeper template and a higher level template that you're going to get access to, we start with the higher self. So the higher self is basically the higher version of you that decided to come down and play this human game, right? That mapped your entire life path out and decided that you were going to live in your human vehicle with your specific name for this time round, for this specific race here on Earth. And as you do so, you came down. Now, as you came down and as you were growing up, your entire life has been built on your core installation of the initial founding philosophy, your initial DNA code that was programmed into you from your higher self and then heavily influenced by initial childhood programming, which then created your beliefs, your identity of who you are, and your entire worldview for how you view yourself within this earth realm and this universe at large, and the meaning you attach to that. This determines who you think you are, why you think you're here, and what you think your purpose is here on Earth, which then channels into the principles that you operate and live your life by, which are the fundamental truths that you currently perceive to be true that you live your life by, and universal laws. So if you don't have fundamental truths that you live your life by, if you don't have a clear understanding of founding universal laws in which to operate by as well, then it's going to be difficult for you to navigate this life realm, because everything operates on an element of truth and universal law, which creates the infrastructures and incentives and organic inner workings of this entire realm. And when we're in alignment with it, in alignment with universal truth and law, well, we start swimming with the current instead of against it all the time. So if you're not achieving results in your life at this present moment, it's most likely because you're swimming against the current. You're swimming against universal law, based on initial programming that has created false and limiting beliefs in who you are, why you're here, what your purpose is, and how this earth realm works. And so you haven't actually truly learned how to live this human game. And I explain this in other videos that you can also go through within this entire series. So then, based on your alignment with universal truth and law, this is also going to determine what you think your purpose is and what vision you craft out for your life, what mission you decide to devote yourself to, and what values you live your life by. This is your internal encoding system. And then this is going to determine how you design your life pillars. So you can see I've thought deeply about all of these things. I've spent so many years thinking and reflecting on my deeper philosophy, universal law and principle, my guiding purpose in life, for myself in this earthly mission and why I'm here, Part of it's explaining all of this to you right now. And then this determines the pillars that I start to structure my life around, what I optimize for, what I prioritize. So your pillars are split into two different categories. Internal pillars, which are essentially everything within you, within your mind, body, spirit complex, within your operating system, everything that you can have a direct control over. And then the external world, which is a mirror and reflection of your internal world. So you'll notice the internal are your purpose and life design, and your performance, which is your energy and based on your energy and your consciousness, which is a derivative of the inner workings of your mind, body, and spirit complex. These two pillars, your purpose and your performance, determines your external world and your results in your profession, which is your career/business, your personal life and your relationships, and any hobbies that you have, of course. So let's start with the two internal pillars of your purpose and performance. So remember, going back here, we're now focused on number one, purpose in this hierarchical fashion. That's why we're going to number one, which is purpose on the far left over here. Okay, so what does your purpose look like? Well, your purpose, in order to get greater clarity around it, it's all about first understanding 1.1 where you currently are. How do you perceive your current reality to actually be? So then what I personally do in the way I organize my life, I then start to think about all the things the practical things in this world that I do, the tools that I can utilize to start optimizing that sub-pillar in my life. And this is a way that I can start to gain greater clarity and start to organize all of my life resources more effectively and more efficiently, that then will then translate over into this entire cortex system, including the way I organize like my entire digital life as well. Because have you ever found that when you're going through courses and when you're trying to learn new things, you go through the course, but then all the information that you just learned is like scattered every fucking where, and you have no ability to actually implement the shit you just learned because you have no operating system in which to put it into and process it and refine it and turn it into a productive output on the other end? That's why you become a hoarder of courses and information and YouTube videos and articles and books, and you keep on fucking learning without doing anything with it. Yeah, I know you do. That's why you're here. You're learning this shit because I did it too. And that's why I built this shit, to solve this problem. So you're welcome. Welcome into Alchemy of Life Design. Okay, so the current reality, this makes up. You would have already gone through the fact map process. So that's a tool. Then what I want to do also to continue to plug back into my current reality is getting clear on, conducting things like processes and methods to bring my focus back to getting clear on where I currently am. Annual reviews, quarterly reviews, monthly reviews, weekly reviews, daily tracking and journaling. You'll notice that this is translated into, if you've already got going on the God Mode Sprint, that's where you'll find the micro system for that process. But if you want to understand the macro system, you're going to start to learn how to use the General's Tent, which is going to show you how to actually track and conduct annual reviews, quarterly reviews, monthly reviews, weekly reviews, and start to track your days and review your days so you can start to bring great levels of awareness into how you're showing up and how you're operating on a daily basis, which then fits into the weekly way that you operate, your monthly performance, quarterly performance, annual performance. Then, second piece of life design and purpose is understanding where the fuck you want to go. What do you actually want? Many of you are actually here in this course because you don't know what you truly want. You don't know what you desire. That's why I'm taking you through this process to uncover what you do. You don't know what your purpose is. That's why we're taking you through the process of getting clear in building and empowering life philosophy for yourself, designing your dream life, designing your DNA, your internal code, your vision, your mission, your values, aligning you with what you truly desire and what you want, because most likely you've never actually given yourself permission to gain the clarity on what you want. And if you do have the clarity on what you want, you haven't given yourself permission to actually go after it and claim it as your birthright, as a multi-dimensional spiritual being having a temporary human experience. You're infinite in nature, and you're starting to awaken and remember this. The next thing, the Alchemist Playbook, personality analysis. So this is all about understanding thyself, getting clear on who you are. Simplification. Part 3 is simplification. So the 80-20 of life, simplification, and organization. So this is about getting clear on your life structure and your life pillars to organize your mind. Life pillars, actually, that should be here. Anyway, building and looking at your life systems, looking at how you're going to digitally organize your life, how you're organizing your environment, how are you spending where are you allocating your time and energy? So this is about simplifying and getting clear on the essentials. Then your operating system, the operating system is understanding what your missions and goals are. Otherwise, you can't build an operating system. And your missions and goals is going to be derived from your future vision. And then you're building a general's tent and a war map to show up and build a way of operating for everyday life. Constructing empowering habits and routines. Building your pillar dashboard. So building custom dashboards for each area of your life. This is just one dashboard for your life design to keep that area of your life in check. Which, by the way, as you continue to further clarify your life pillars here, this will translate into the pillar dashboards that you build out for yourself. What type of information you decide to include in each of those systems and each of those dashboards. Knowledge management. Things like having a classroom set up where you can have a quick instant view on all the programs and courses you're taking, all the events and coaching calls you're conducting, all the mentors and coaches you're learning from. A media vault to organize all the videos and articles that you're actually consuming. So you don't just consume them and let them go. You consume them, you reflect on them, you process them, and you turn them into your unique creations and outputs on the other end that actually are going to then provide value in your own unique way with your own unique voice. A book vault for managing all the books and taking notes on those things. There's a method to my madness. Workflows and production. So this is more around things like the war map and the general's tent and having specific processes that I can implement with one click that has everything super streamlined and organized. Your mindset. So this is broken up into different aspects of intelligence that make up your mind, like emotional intelligence. This is about knowing thyself. Understanding your unique design, your identity and your beliefs, your personality traits, your interests and passions. Well, where's that? This is where you can start to do that with things like personality tests and beliefs and story analysis, like going into that dashboard and reflecting on that. Understanding your drivers and motivators, cultivating your values and principles. Your universal intelligence, what's your unique philosophy in how you view the world, how things work? Do you know the laws of the universe? Do you understand consciousness and energy, quantum physics, the human game, history? Applied intelligence. This is how you apply the knowledge that you have. This is about building a life design system for implementation. That's what this is, right? This is the entire system to help you implement and get after and advance your life vision and mission, to help you with your goal setting, to help you forge how are you applying core principles of discipline and grit? How do you go about applying your skill sets to develop focus? It's a skill. It's learned. How are you stacking your motivators to optimize your workflows and your productivity? How are you applying your unique X factor into your work and your business? You'll notice that United Mind as a whole is built around my entire unique X factor, period. The entire thing. Why? Because I spend the time mapping this shit out and understanding what makes me tick, understanding what makes me unique. And I want you to do the same so you can thrive and win yourself. Because that's a key in being able to move and advance forward and bringing your own unique gifts into the world. So then, like dynamic intelligence, we've got adaptability. So this is all about adaptability and efficiency. This is like learning how to learn, learning how to think, organizing your life. This pops up like in many areas, by the way. Problem solving, decision making, creativity, systems building. persuasion and influence, your ability to lead, communicate, understand human behavior, profiling humans. So, by the way, you'll notice that all of the content and worksheets and workflows for operating and getting this area of your life dialed in, this is what you're getting access to in Alchemy of Life Design. If you're wanting access to these additional pillars in training you and advancing in these life areas with these sub-pillars across your mind, your body, your spirit, and then I'm going to show you the business pillars as well, then that for you is going to be Quantum Creator, okay? So you can, you'll find Quantum Creator. If you truly want to dial this stuff in, you can check that out and you can have a conversation with me for what that looks like. But for now, I'm just explaining how I compartmentalize each area of my life, because I still want you to go through and apply this regardless of what program you're going through. If you're hearing this video, listening to this, this is so key and essential for you, and I want you to win in this specific area. So then, so that's we just covered social intelligence, persuasion, and influence. Then we've got the body. So your body is really down to your ability to recover, fuel yourself, and apply bodily function into your everyday movement. So regeneration, this is like sleep, breath work, grounding, stress management, toxin removal, detoxing. Fuel is about what are you inputting into your system, your entire mind, body, spirit complex. What thoughts are you thinking and allowing and enthusing? What information are you taking in? What food are you consuming? Fluids are you drinking? Supplements are you taking? Your movement capacity. What is your physical structure or integrity like? What's your mobility like? Strength levels, endurance levels. And then spirit is all about energy mastery and conscious training. So how are you working with your intention? What's your level of integrity like? How are you emotionally processing different triggers in your external world? How effective are you at energy clearing, balancing your chakras, cultivating a divine connection between you and your higher self, God, the divine? So then we come in here, and this is how I organize my external world. I organize it into my profession, which is my creation and business, and my personal life. So here, this will typically be like business X, whatever business that you're running or advancing or career path, that'll be the name of that. So this is like, okay, having a team wiki and management system in Notion set up for everything, having clarity of the team members and having a team member vault, understanding who they are, having a CRM for that, building a team knowledge base so everyone has access to all the information that we need to win, building process maps so everyone understands how things work so they can categorize and map things out visually. Then we've got things like leadership. So that's like building your company DNA, your vision, mission, values, strategic planning, hiring and management, talent development. Next one is product. So I split up into the products that I'm running and building. This is United Mind membership. So obviously apply this for whatever you're currently running for yourself. You would list out all the products there. So this is like your membership, my membership anyway. Alchemy of Life Design, that's what you're going through right now. High Performance Accelerator. That program is about optimizing this stuff here. Quantum Creator, that's about mastering all of it systematically. And then Gentleman's Mastery, a mastermind. Sales, what is the sales strategy, sales process look like? How do we collect and process payments? How do we track those metrics? Marketing, well, what are the forms of marketing? We market through our website, our product VSLs, our live workshops, YouTube videos, podcast, which is in development right now, email. Design. What do I need to focus on designing? Well, there's the app, unitedmind.com, which is like this back end right here. Unitedmind.com, the main website. There's design that goes into the course modules, the videos, and how this looks. Social media. How am I being perceived in the way I communicate? How are you perceiving me as you're consuming and going through this content? Finance. What is the financial strategy, accounting process, bank accounts, investments, financial tracking? Content. What is the content creation system? So that looks like this. Mapping out an entire system for developing and building out content for course modules, coaching calls, workshop intensive, masterminds, YouTube videos, podcasts, articles, emails, action guides. So I'm sure client management in the community, support, group calls, one-on-one calls, and then I'll quickly finish up with personal. Okay, so personal is just like, more so email and bills. CRM. Having a CRM in place, which is this system over here, for all the people in my life, okay? And you can check that out as well. It's like the CRM for my relationship, family, team members, clients, friends, peers, like list of the dream 100 people I want to build deeper connections with. Travel, having a travel dashboard, managing a dashboard for managing my home and household. So these are the things that I need to create systems for and dashboards for to manage effectively. And then lastly, for me, there's like racing, which I'm obsessed about as well. So, when we look at the compartments of that, the key is to break things down into their individual compartments, to obsess over the micro details, to understand it and master it, so then you can reintegrate it in the way that you design your life and the way that you build processes, workflows, and systems to advance in your skill sets and mastery of that said thing. So, for example, here, in relation to racing, it's like, well, that's split up into personal performance, which requires memory, reaction times, focus, driving performance, which is all about car control and racecraft, technical knowledge, which is about car setup, engine mapping, suspension geometry, which I've duplicated right there. And then there's the funding. So, strategies for gaining sponsorship, building consulting offers for high-end clients that can drive funding for the racing, and also like building personal brand and marketing that's going to be more appealing to potential sponsors. So see how all of this allows you to keep everything organized and enables you to progressively advance in your ability to master the game of life. Because the most successful people that I've ever worked with, that I've ever investigated at the deepest level, they all understand the deep nuances of everything that they're currently working on in their life. So this module, if I can get one thing across to you in the importance of this specific module in building out your life pillars, it is to take things very seriously in the way that you reflect on yourself, in how that you show up within this world, and how you're showing up in progressing with your craft. And you'll notice that the majority of my life pillars and organization comes down to myself, my mind, body, spirit complex. And first and foremost, at the end of the day, aligning with your divine purpose, getting alignment within yourself, what makes you tick, your deeper why, your mission, vision, values, because then that's going to help you have the energy to actually obsess over mastering your performance across your mind, body, spirit, and your relationships, and mastering the art of time, and then channeling that creative energy and power into your business or whatever it is that you want to create freedom for yourself and value for other human beings. So we can all progress and advance on this journey of life, which is so incredibly amazing. So this is really bringing this module to a close now. The next step for you is to click on the link below this video to duplicate this template for yourself. You're not going to have this done overnight, by the way. This is something that you'll continue to tinker with and refine. And allow yourself and enjoy the process of it. Don't force this. This has to be a deeper drive and desire for you to do. But then you'll notice that the beauty of this is this model is already going to save you so much time, especially in the way that it integrates with this entire management system, in the way that everything is already color-coded for you. So my greatest wish is that this helps you bring your life into greater levels of alignment. Now, for this video, I'm mainly wanting you to just focus on start mapping out your life pillars on this specific mind map template. Then optimize this so you can have a one-page view of a snapshot and zoom in instantly to get your finger on the pulse for how you're going in each of these specific areas when you decide to reflect on it. And then later in this course, as we get into week 4, I'm going to teach you how to then apply it and map everything and set all of your life pillars up in the Notion system. Okay, so 2 different modules. This module is about getting an understanding and mapping out and really just connecting with the importance of having a mind map like this that can help you organize your life to keep everything managed effectively. The second part is going to be in week 4 for the second module, which is going to be helping you then extract what you create here and apply it for your own unique life into the way that you design your specific personal cortex that helps you manage your life, performance, and business more effectively as you move forward in this life game. Okay, that is it from me for the life pillar dashboard and setting up your core life pillars. If you have questions, obviously hit me up. Ask questions in the community. Share your life pillars that you're building for yourself in the community. Get obsessed about this stuff because it is so critically important to optimizing our life. And, the sooner you start this journey of mapping all this stuff out, the more sooner you're going to be able to start progressing and advancing in your level of mastery because you're going to be organized and methodical in your approach towards progressing in all the skill sets required to master this game in a holistic fashion. So that's it for me. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.